Hey y'all, today we're heading out to the garden again to replant some of the squash and maybe a couple extra little things. We'll see. And today I'm bringing along my little helper, Trey. Say hi, Trey. And we're just gonna get some random stuff done. Like Travis is out front in the weeds, and we're gonna be out here in the garden. If you remember, Travis came through here the other day, pulled out 2 rows of tomato plants. What was left after our squash and zucchini was demolished. Hey guys.
Open the water.
And if you can see, it's still grasshopper central.
You want
to open your water?
Yes, open.
Already, huh?
Open the water.
Okay, I'll open your water.
Do it.
Excuse me, sir. What do you say? What do you say?
Pound it. Pound the cucumbers.
We're gonna plant some cucumbers? That's not what you say. You say please. Mommy, open it, please.
Please.
Okay. Squash bugs got into ours. I'm gonna throw some of these down. Hopefully we can get some before the fall and winter get here. If not, then we can just do some winter squash. Get some of these weeds out of here first. This is what was left over from our last squash plants. Okay, so it says 36 inches apart, an inch deep. Let's go ahead and do that real quick. I like to use my feet. Just because we've planted stuff too close together before and it didn't work out very good. Okay, last one here. We're gonna go ahead and do 2 rows since I don't have any more zucchini to plant. And we'll just go ahead and do 2 rows of squash. So let's move on to the other row. So again, we're gonna do 36 inches apart, an inch deep. So we left off right there. Let's start right here on this one and go. And we'll stick our last one down here. Hopefully the squash bugs don't take over. Okay, so we're done with the summer squash.
So you can definitely tell where I've plucked all the weeds. How much better. You can actually see the rocks good again over here. Because the thing is, the grass gets so high and the weeds get so high, you can't even see the desert plants we got. We got the octillo right there. We got our barrel cactus, our little cactuses. And then over here, we got some agave. And hell, you can't even tell it's there. Same thing on the other side. Look how much we got to do, man. That's a lot. And all you see is the weeds. You don't even see all the small cactuses and stuff we got started growing. But what I'm thinking is, because when we moved here, it's all just rocks, and it has black plastic like an inch down, and so it's easy to pull these weeds up because they don't go past that black plastic usually. But this is too much for us to keep up with when it's constantly growing. So what I'm thinking, because we can't mow over this right now because it's just rock, right? And I don't want to be flinging stuff all over the place, potentially hitting somebody or the windows or anything like that. What I'm thinking is over here, see, the grass is starting to take over. And what I'm seriously thinking about is just letting the grass take over. Let the grass take over, keep pulling the weeds and the tall grass weeds out, and keep the other grass, the good grass, growing. And then eventually I will be able to mow over it. And so it'll just be like a grassy lawn with desert plants growing on it. I don't know if that'll look good or not, but I think it'll be easier to manage than this and constantly fighting the battle of pulling all these weeds either by hand or with a weed eater. You know, it's just too much. It's too big of an area to do by hand or with a weed eater. But if it was all covered in grass, I could bring a lawnmower out here and mow it, and that would be like 1,000 times easier. So you can see again right here the kind of barrier right there of all the area I just did today. And then if we walk over here, you can see this area too is pretty cleared out. You can see where I stopped over there the other day, but it's already starting to grow back again, you know. And here's another agave that we planted, and you couldn't even tell that sucker was there with all the weeds all over. Also, that tree is growing back. We cut that tree down to a stump. That stump is growing back. We need to do something with that as well. But all this, man, it's too much, especially to do by hand. But let me know what you guys think, guys and gals. Should we keep fighting this battle that honestly we're not winning at all, or should I start focusing on letting the grass take over? Because it's already starting to take over on the edges, on the corners, you know. Should I just let the grass take over and possibly plant some grass seeds out here to help get it going good? And then that way I can just mow. Save me some time. Because this stuff right here, pulling weeds, man, I love pulling weeds. It's like therapeutic for me. This is too much. I spent hours out here today, and this is what I got to show for it. All right, well, let me know.
All right, upon setting my stuff down in the garden, I realized we had a problem. I found a beehive in one of our terracotta planters. So we're gonna have Travis check it out and see what he wants to do about it. Because as you've seen in previous video, we lost one of our goats because of a beehive, and I really don't want to take that risk again with my kids running around in there. So we'll see what he wants to do. So we have a bee problem.
Again?
Yeah, in the terracotta planter.
All right, go see.
So let's go look at it.
I'm gonna try to use duct tape again. See if that works, because if that's the only hole out, I duct tape it, and they'll be trapped in there and die like they did at the back corners before.
I know, it's like I don't want them to die, but I also don't want them in the garden area with their hive.
We want them to be somewhere else.
Yeah.
And pollinate. But I don't know if bees can dig through the ground.
Yeah, I don't either.
So I'm gonna duct tape the top and see if that stops them. We'll just have to watch it, monitor it to see if they get an entrance, if they already have an entrance out somewhere else on the ground.
I'm hoping that's the only one, and the stuff where I put my stuff isn't on top of another hole. I don't know.
That's the only one.
Because I'm like, now I'm afraid to move my shit because
I'll grab it.
I still want to plant stuff back there, but
I'm just trying to duct tape it.
okay.
The Gorilla tape.
Yeah.
That stuff works.
Okay.
All right, I'll be right back.
All right.
My bag.
Playing with the shadow. Yeah, because there's a gap underneath. I don't know.
Huh?
So there's a gap underneath.
Yeah.
And you've already got a couple flying around. So let me scoot back. Because I ain't trying to get stung.
So before we moved here, we were pretty pro bee. You know, bees are good for everything. Never had a problem with bees before, but when we moved here, some of the bees are Africanized, and they actually swarmed one of our goats and killed it. So since that incident, we have been less pro bee and pro protecting our animals and our children from getting swarmed. So of course we still need bees and other insects to pollinate and fertilize plants and stuff like that.
I just don't want them on my property.
We don't want them on our property. And essentially, like when we first moved in, we were planning on doing beehives. I was really into that, and I wanted to make my own honey. But again, since that incident, it's just not worth the risk. It's not worth the risk of losing animals out here, especially if a wild colony will come in, and I don't know how that works, how they get Africanized or whatever, but if they come in and swarm our other bees or whatever, that's just too much for me to worry about on top of everything else. So we decided against getting bees. And when we see bees starting making nests, we want to try to get rid of them. And if we have to, kill them. Because, again, it's not worth the risk to us. So.
Yeah, so this makes the third area that they've
This is
stopped
the
in.
third spot that they've tried to make a nest. Yeah, they're coming out the bottom. I can see that. And they're like, "Oh, where the hell are our entrance go?" What I kind of want to do is kind of try to push it down and get it into the dirt, but
Nah, I don't want you to get stung. They're not very happy right now. See, I didn't even notice. I set my stuff down right there. I was like, all right, we're going to get to planting. And then all I hear is a hum.
those are just trying to get in. I don't know if they're coming out. Those are just the ones that was already out,
Yeah, because it's time to go back to bed.
and they're trying to get back home. And they're like, where the hell is this? But I don't see anything coming out of the bottom.
Oh, turkeys better back up.
Don't eat those suckers.
Let them eat them then. Okay, they're not aggressive right now. They're just kind of like, what's going on?
Yeah. So normally bees are like that. They don't. If you leave them alone, they leave you alone. That's not how the bees were over there that we experienced. They just attack you out of nowhere.
Yeah, you didn't even have to get up close. They were.
Yeah, they saw you and they just went after you. I'd just leave it alone for now.
Uh huh.
And just keep the kids away.
Yeah.
And then finish planting or whatever.
Yeah.
And we'll see. I'll keep checking on it and see, because like the other ones, when I duct taped the pole to where they couldn't get in that pole anymore, they sat there for like 3 days trying to get in, and then eventually they realized that there's no way to get in, and they left.
They moved to the other pole.
So hopefully they'll probably buzz around that thing or sit on it for a couple of days trying to figure out how to get in or what's going on, and then they'll venture off and go somewhere else.
Yeah, I see more and more trying to get back in there.
I'm gonna take that hole too.
Yeah, if not, they're gonna try to go in there. Just be careful because there's like a lot more now. We've never had a problem with anything trying to get into our terracotta pots.
Lay those sideways, that way they're not tempted to start. Eventually, all this is gonna go somewhere else anyway, because this is gonna be a chicken run area.
Yeah. That may be our next project.
I don't see any coming out from the bottom, so that's a good sign. All right, I'm gonna get back to my board.
Okay, thank you. Okay, so I guess I'm far enough away. As long as I don't get stung, I'll be out here. Okay, so I know he wants to put lettuces in this back end, but it's not lettuce time yet. So let's see if we can throw in some melon plants. And I think Andrew would be excited about it. And until we actually get our chicken run up, I think we can go ahead and make another row. I don't want them too close to the tomato plants like we had last time with the pumpkins all over the place. So I'll create a row in the middle between the row he made for the lettuces and then the area that's going to be the chicken coop. And we'll plant a couple of different things in there. So if they grow, cool. If not, there's always next year. This is our first year, so I'm excited to try all the new things. All right, so now what I'm gonna do, since I got this crooked row, I'm horrible at making rows. I'm going to plant, I think just 2 each of these melons, since they're gonna grow so big. And the one thing I learned about planting this year is that you really don't want to overdo it, because you'll have 100 tomato plants and then realize you didn't need 100 tomato plants. But then again, when your husband's out here eating them all, I guess maybe you do. Okay, so how I'm gonna do this is I'm gonna take the larger watermelons and plant them towards the back. That way they have space in the back to grow out if we need them to. And then the smaller ones we're gonna put towards the front of the garden. That way, easier access, you know. We'll see how it goes. Peace. Orange Glow. Bottom online, rareseeds.com. We're gonna do 2 of these just to see. My kids love watermelon. We've never tried growing watermelons, so we'll see how it goes. I say sow a lot. All right. 1/2 to 1 inch deep, 3 feet apart. We'll start this one way back here. It's about 1 inch, cover it up. I'm gonna go ahead and throw down. I made plant markers so I know. So I'm gonna throw down a marker. Okay, here's the orange glow. Orange glow watermelon. I'm gonna put it right here. And I'm gonna go down 3 feet. So again, I'm gonna use my feet because I don't have anything else. We'll go a little over just because. Put it right here. Give it enough space. Put another marker down. Here's another orange glow. Stick that right there. Okay, we're done with the orange glow. Because 2 I think will be fine just to start, just to try. Okay, next we've got these right here. It is sugar baby watermelons. And we'll plant those 4 to 6 feet apart. So these will probably need a little bit more space, but they're smaller melons. So from the last one, I'm gonna go 1. Plant it right here. I'm gonna go ahead and put 2 in here because these seeds are small, so maybe if one doesn't germinate, the other one will. And again, I'm gonna use a stake that I made previously. I'm gonna stick it right over here. Come down. Put one right here. Again, I'm gonna go ahead and do 2 just because if one doesn't germinate, maybe the other one will. One right there. One right here. Okay, that was it with the sugar baby watermelons. Let me go ahead and put that marker down there. And last, I'm gonna try the. We're gonna do this. We're gonna try this one last. And get it in frame. It's I don't know how to pronounce it. Cicada's sweet melon. Says the flesh is edible as well. And my kids, they love melons, so we'll try it. These seeds are so tiny, they're blowing away. Okay, so we'll go ahead and plant some right here. One right here in case those don't germinate. Throw down our little marker. Take that weed out. There, another 18 inches. Let's stay right about here. Let's do one more. Just because we got a little bit of space left over. They don't fly away. Now that we're done planting, the next thing we're gonna do is water them in because it's been a minute since it's rained here and the ground is thirsty. So let's go put this up. I hear a child yelling for me. What is he doing out here? Hold on. Here I am turning on the water. Look at this guy right here. He's like, yeah, let me have all your plants. Or come with me. Come with me and you'll be in a world of turkey belly. Okay, water's on, but we're gonna let that run for a minute. Hey guys. Y'all hungry? Come on. Come on. Come on. Come get it. Come on. They're like, I don't know. You got a camera here. I don't want to be on camera. Come get it. Come on, bud. Somebody eat this thing out of my hand so I don't have to hold it no more. Come on. I'll throw it for you. All right, you got it. They creep me out when they touch my hand. I'm okay if I got them by the legs, but when they start moving, good job, bud. Okay, back to the water that's just randomly pouring onto this mulch. All right, now that we got everything watered in, I'm gonna head inside, take care of the kids, take care of dinner. Thank you for watching, and have a great day.